Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome. Good evening. January 9th, our second episode of The Chosen Ones.
My name's Erica.
I'm Bernard.
And we're just going to get talking.
And we're going to talking. What are we going to talk about today?
What are we talking about? Fasting?
We could talk about fasting. We could talk about parasite cleanses.
All right. I think we can probably put that all together.
Yeah, they go. I think they go both hand in hand, one after the other.
Yeah.
So have you done a parasite cleanse before?
I have.
Have you fasted before?
I have. Have you?
I have done a parasite cleanse. I have done a Roger Stone parasite metal detox cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
And I have fasted for 24 hours, for 48 hours, and the longest I've done is 72 hours.
Right.
So
longer than me, right?
Yeah, well,
I've done all of the same thing as you, but fasting, I've only gone up to 48 hours.
That's fine. That's fine. You got to start somewhere.
Right.
I think I started when I first started. Ben said start with 16 hours first. Some people can't go without a meal. They wake up in the morning and they say I have to eat breakfast. You just
Do they have to eat breakfast?
There we go. You don't have to eat breakfast, but does your mind say you have to eat breakfast, or?
Yeah, but I feel like, right, they tell people breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
I can tell you this, breakfast is not the most important part of the day or meal of the day, because I run around all day long and then I can lift weights without eating anything all day long. So don't tell me breakfast is the most important part of the day.
But it sustains you, no?
I think I'm pretty good shape for someone who hasn't eaten anything.
Right.
So with that being
But
said,
that's what people are told.
that's what people are told. What about that Snickers commercial? I need if I don't have a Snickers, I get hangry. So if you need to eat, then you get a bad attitude. Wouldn't that be like a thing? Like, shouldn't you think about that?
I mean, I would say, right, if lack of eating makes you angry,
Right.
makes you feel a certain way,
Right.
that would be something to think about.
Right,
Why does
but-
it make you feel that way?
Why does it make you feel that way? So what we have done is, so if you start out, who's in charge of your body? I guess, is the food in charge of your body or you?
No, we're in charge of our body.
You're in charge of your body. So if you wake up in the morning, you have to have food right away. Why?
That's what you created.
That's what you created. That's what you're told to eat. Breakfast is the most important part of the day. So you're eating before you even get your day started. You're waking up. I gotta have a meal. Then we'll say, going to work. Then you have to have lunch.
Sometimes people have a meal at home and they go to work and have another meal.
So they have 2 meals before they get the day started. They have 2 meals before they get the day started. And then they have lunch.
And then they have lunch.
And then they have lunch. And then they'll go home after work and have dinner. And some people have a snack.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a lot of food. I wonder how many, if you think about how many calories or what you're eating. So, that's, and what you're doing. So, if you're not active, you're not burning a lot of calories.
Right. And then what does that do?
And what does that do? It puts on weight. You got to be active, so what you're eating and how many times you're eating. So I decided to do a fast because I wanted to, let's just say, clean my system out, to see how it felt. So in the beginning, my stomach was rawr, 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 rawr. I'm hungry.
Gurgling.
But you train your stomach to last longer.
Right.
How did it make you feel when you fast?
I think probably the same way. It was gurgling at first. I don't really have that problem too much anymore. But sometimes people think they're hungry.
Right.
But really, they're thirsty.
So they think they're hungry, but they're thirsty.
Right. So your stomach's gurgling, growling, I need something, and then people are like, oh, I need to eat something because I haven't eaten yet, so I need to eat something. My stomach's telling me I need to eat something.
Goes back to the time. Oh, it's that time for me to eat, right?
But sometimes it's a matter of like you need to drink something to keep yourself hydrated, right? Your body's letting you know, hey, I just need something to drink.
Right.
But unless you think about that, you're going to feed yourself versus drink.
Right. Yeah.
Your body will tell you when you're thirsty, right?
Right, yeah. So, and obviously we don't know, but I think, in hundreds of years ago, like, I don't think they were having 4 or 5 meals a day. There was probably no snacks. There was no chips. There was no ice cream, right? Like, I don't know what they ate from the ground. They ate whatever grew from the ground.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't know. Indians went hunting for animals and fish in the water.
Right.
So animals and fish in the water, now that's what they ate.
And veggies or fruits or whatever grew right? From the ground.
From the trees, right in the ground. But now we've gone to, we make the food, we eat the food. It's just a lot. So with the fasting that I did.
Which one is that?
Just a regular 24. So let's just say I started 24. Let's just say I started on a Sunday night at, my last meal will be, let's just say 8 p.m. So if I go to, 8 p.m. is my last meal. Let's say I go to bed at 10 p.m. and I wake up at 4:30. Like.
Then do you go all day without eating?
Well, right. So when I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, so I just make a water and a coffee. I don't, have anything to eat in the morning, but then I will drink. Mm-hmm. So if I go from 8 at night to 8 in the morning, that's already 12 hours have gone.
With nothing.
So that's where it's like, it's easy the nighttime because you're already 12 hours in. So now, usually around 8, 9 o'clock, people are like, oh, I have to go to breakfast. Meanwhile, no, I'm just staying busy. And as she said, drinking. So if you drink water, drink lemonade, drink Gatorade. There was a guy the other day who asked me about, is it okay if I drink Gatorade? I said, yeah, well, you're fine to drink something.
Right.
So I'll drink a Gatorade or water, 8, 9 o'clock. And then for lunchtime, I'll just drink some more, water or Gatorade. Which by that time you're 16 hours in. Mm-hmm. The hardest part is the afternoon. If you're home and doing nothing, it's harder because
then you're here.
Because then you're here.
And there's stuff around.
And the stuff around. So that's where the whole discipline comes in. Who's in charge of your body? Who's in charge of your body? You have to mind. The mind has to be stronger than the act of eating. So
mind over matter.
Mind over matter. So I did it in number one is to make sure that I'm still in control of my body. As well as the other health benefits, which we can get into at a different time. But, so I just drink the rest of the day, coffee, Gatorades. If I do a 48 hours, I will have V8 because, you do need, some stuff. I mean, you could do water if you wanted, but I like the V8.
Which I don't really drink V8.
But you don't drink V8. So what do you drink when you do it?
I drink water and Gatorade. Mm-hmm. I have my coffee in the morning.
Yep.
And then just water and Gatorade.
So just water and Gatorade for her, water, Gatorade, and V8 for me. If I did a 72, those would be the same. Same.
So it's more like a clear liquid.
It's more like a clear liquid, yeah.
Right. Because some people think fasting, nothing.
Right. No, the way I've done it is clear liquid. I mean, when someone says that to me, oh, it's not fasting, you're not eating anything, I don't care. Like, you try it. Excuse me.
Yeah. We still do clear liquids.
We still do clear liquids, yes. I mean, people are eating so much anyway, so by us doing clear liquids, we're doing so much better than... So I think that fasting, it helps with cancer cells, right? So when you stop feeding the food into your system, right? You get, first of all, you give your body a rest. Like,
correct.
your organs or your intestines, like all of the digestive system, like we feed. So if that person feeds themselves 5 times a day, so when you do a fast, like I still go to the bathroom even on day 48. I'm still going, so that means that's 2 days before my fast. I'm still going to the bathroom. I'm not even eating anything.
Right. That's something important. Since you said that, right? Because I think people think that, like, oh, I'm not eating, I can't go.
Right.
Not true, right? Because, one, there's still stuff in your intestines that have to come out.
How long does it take for stuff to go through?
The thing is, it's what you've eaten maybe on day 2, 3. It really depends, right? I think...
Stuff's move slowly, stuff moves fast.
Right, like I think a bagel, if someone eats a bagel, I think that's in there for like 4 days, right?
4 days to eat a bagel.
Because your body has to break
it down.
That's right. So it takes longer, so it depends on what it is.
Right.
So it's hard to say a time frame.
Right.
But people like to think like, and this is just something, say, from the hospital, like, oh, I haven't eaten in 2 days, I shouldn't, so I'm asking you, have you had a bowel movement? Have you gone to the bathroom? Oh, I haven't eaten in 2 days, I can't go. Not true, right? There's stuff in there, number one.
Right.
And number two, your body's always going to create waste.
Right.
Your body does that on its own.
It automatically does it. You don't have to eat anything. It's going to
create waste.
So this interpretation of I need to eat, why? You know, so you know, your body, your intestines recover. You give yourself a rest. You give your organs a rest. You're still drinking, you're still hydrating. After 48 hours, for me, there's this like phase. It's called euphoria that you hit, and you can't explain. It's one of those things you can't explain, and it just feels like, I don't know, you drank too much, or your mind is so clear. It's kind of like there's so many chemicals in the foods anyway that we eat, right? So chemicals in the foods, colors, a whole different conversation, right? So your mind is becoming so clear, so you feel like you have all this energy.
Right.
You have energy from doing nothing. You're putting nothing in your system. Like, you have so much energy from just drinking, but is it because your mind is getting clear from all the stuff that's in there? Yes, that's what happens. Yes.
And I was going to bring that up, right? Like, and again, like you said, we can probably talk about this on its own in a different episode. But we think about the amount of preservatives, right? You said one of your cleanse is metal, right?
Yeah.
So what's in our food? And we like to say, oh, the FDA approved that, or oh, you can eat that, or oh, you can eat this. But in the U.S., you can eat so many things that you can't eat in other places.
Right. I wish.
Right, they're banned in other places.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I had the information in front of me. So like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is, you can't buy that in other countries. No. There's a whole list of Mountain Dews, energy drinks. I don't have the list on
sugar.
Sugar, right? Sugar. So, tumor, sugar, right? This is fasting. So it's kind of like, tumors enlarge.
You're allowing things to grow versus shrink.
So if you don't feed yourself for 24 hours or 48 hours or 72 hours, things shrink. It's kind of like inflammation, right? You know what I mean? So things give yourself a break for it, let it to rest. So if you keep feeding it, it keeps growing. So I think that, if you don't eat just for a day or two, you give your body a rest, things will shrink if there's something wrong in there.
Correct. And I think I said this to you maybe a couple of weeks ago, right? Did someone win like maybe a Nobel Peace Prize in like Japan for saying that fasting or not feeding the body is healthy? I feel like
you did too. I did. Don't have the information on me, but right now, but yes, that is true. But again, knowledge is power. They don't teach you in school to fast. They're not going to teach you. What's cereal? Cereal came out in the 50s or the 60s. I could find the information, but cereal 9 out of 10 cereals are probably bad for you.
Full of sugar.
Full of sugar, again. But we cereal, right? Like everything has.
Have you ever gone, and I know you have for sure, you go to, obviously Walmart is probably the biggest grocery store we have, right? But even if you go to Hannaford, Price Chopper, and you go to the cereal aisle.
Right.
It's like one whole aisle on both sides full of cereal.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So many cereals.
So many cereals. Like,
there's some that I guess are probably healthier.
But if you looked on the back of the package, what would it be?
No, there's some. Because there's like that Catalina Crunch, I think, is healthier. Take the sugar out.
Okay.
You know, it's more. But for the most part, it's bad.
Right.
Even the healthier cereals are not really healthy.
Right. But they're promoted that way. That's the way it's, sold to us.
Correct.
Healthier.
Correct.
It's kind of like an apple. An apple's good. Can you have an organic apple? It's an apple. How's it going to be organic? It should be clean either way. It comes from the tree to your mouth. It shouldn't have to be organic.
Yes, you're right in what you're saying. What I will say to that is, are they using pesticides where those apple trees are? Because now they're not organic, right? Now they have pesticides on them.
Got it. So if this apple here says organic pesticide, organic apple, that means there's no pesticides on this apple. So on this bag of apples that I get over here, that should be from the tree, right?
It should definitely be from the tree.
Should be from the tree.
It should be from the tree.
So because it doesn't say organic, maybe that's why it's shiny and it lasts weeks on end on my counter.
Correct.
And then I'm gonna eat it. So what is that? Wax on there? I don't know.
Well, yeah, you can see it, right? Like when you clean it. Like if you scrape off the top, you can see it on there.
Yeah, you're right. So I think that fasting is a good thing. I think it's a great thing. I think that actually, I want to touch base with this. I think it clears your mind as well to go to another level of life. And again, I really can't explain that as well. I think that fasting will bring you to the next part of whatever it is the person's thought process, or if I could do this if I could spend 24 hours away from eating, that means you have discipline from not putting these things that are in front of you in your house and store all over the place. That means maybe you can go 24 hours without the phone.
Yeah.
Maybe I can go 24 hours without playing video games all day. Maybe I can go 24 hours with something else that's maybe gives you anxiety, depression, or something else. Like that means you're in control of your body and you control you instead of someone else can control you, because no one controls me.
And you should be the only person controlling yourself.
You should be the only.
Right? That's the truth of it.
That's the truth of it. But with that being said, can anyone think for themselves? Do most people think for themselves?
Well, no, we just talked about that, right? The whole, I have to eat breakfast because I was taught to eat breakfast since I was little. So you think you're thinking for yourself, but in reality, someone taught you to do that.
Right. So we talked about this, I don't know, a couple months ago. We talked this about at work all the time. So we'll just say me and Erica, as we, growing up, we're taught to eat what's on your plate, because our parents came from a time where there was no food. It was
difficult.
It was difficult. You ate every speck of rice. You ate every little thing on your counter. So you ate what was given to you in front of you. So in 2 generations, our grandparents had, we'll just say, they ate from the land, healthier food back then, and then somewhere it changed where, okay, now we have food that we're giving our kids or our family, but we're still making them eat what's on everything that's on the dish.
Yeah.
And we did it.
We did it as parents, right?
I give the kids boxed macaroni and cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese, and canned peas. Yeah. And dollar TV dinners. Finish it. For what? If they're not hungry, they shouldn't have to finish it.
Yeah.
And what happens to people then if they just keep making them? Is that like you're stretching your stomach? What is that?
Well, yeah. If you continue to eat when you're not hungry because you're being forced to eat, then eventually, yes, that stretches your stomach.
So that stretches your stomach. So would not eating less each day, would that shrink your stomach? Would you say?
I mean, you'd have to do that regularly. And I don't know how much it's really going to shrink your stomach.
Not shrink your stomach,
but you discipline yourself to eat less.
So what about like half portions, right? So if you went for a full hamburger every day and then you start going to half, right? Then maybe you wouldn't want the full hamburger anymore.
Yeah, and again, I said it before when we talked about cereal. If you go to dinner here, we don't really go out to eat a lot, right?
Yeah.
We prefer to eat at home. But if you go out to dinner, you order something, right? We go to dinner, you order pasta and chicken.
Yeah.
You get this plate full.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Of food.
Yeah.
Could probably feed 2 people, maybe 3, probably 2 people. If you go to another country, they don't feed you that much food, right? So like here in the US, they give you food that'll feed 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
If you go to another country, they're going to give you food to feed yourself and that's it. And then you look at your food and you're like, I'm supposed to get full off of that.
Right.
Well, that's like a normal portion size. Right? We're not feeding you normal portion sizes in the U.S. We're feeding you...
bigger is better, right? So like watermelons. I mean, I talked with Lad last year. The watermelons are this big at Walmart, but everyone wants bigger is better. It's $5. Walmarts don't grow this big, everybody. Walmarts don't grow this... I mean, watermelons don't grow this big.
Yeah.
Dollar sodas a few years ago. $1 for a 32-ounce soda at McDonald's. $1 for a 2-liter soda. Like, everything that's bad for you is cheap. But you could probably buy a Voss water for $5 in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
There's so much with, eating and fasting. I think there's so many benefits. People could do their own research. But it definitely has helped me. I try to do one at least once a month. A 72 once a year and a 48 at least every 6 months. But depending on how, like, if I eat like crap or like, 3 days in a row or I'll do one on a weekend, just because like I know I feel like crap. And that's another thing real quick is that I don't eat homemade bread. I don't eat regular store-bought bread anymore, right? Like, bread, aside from being bread's bread. Like, I eat bread, I fall asleep. It goes like the hangry. Like, so I eat pasta and fall asleep. So I don't eat pasta anymore. So, do you make bread now?
I do make bread. Obviously, no preservatives in my bread. I don't use sugar in my bread.
So what do you use then?
I use honey.
Honey. So you make honey. That's why it's so good.
Right. So I use honey. That gives it, I guess, a little bit of a flavor, right? That perhaps sugar gives regular bread. Yeah. But no sugar for us.
So Erica makes homemade bread, right? So that bread I'll eat.
Yeah. It still makes you a little bit tired, though.
It still makes me a little bit tired.
But yes, that is the bread you'll eat.
So Parasite Cleanse, that brings us to Parasite Cleanses. So I'm just going to show you, I'm not promoting anything. This is the first Parasite Cleanse that I've done years ago. It's called...
Gut Cleanse.
Gut Cleanse. And
By, who's the brand? Guru Nanda.
Guru Nanda. And it was like $20 at Walmart. Ben put me onto it. And it's, clove oil, I think it is. A droplet in the morning and a droplet at night for 2 weeks.
Wormwood clove blend.
Yep.
Fulvic acid. That's...
So we you know, people say, oh, I don't have parasites, or I don't want to have parasites, or you know, in Jamaica I've learned that I had a Jamaican friend that used to work at the hospital, and they used to do parasite cleanses every month.
And we talked about that too, because I said right in South America, same thing. They do it once a month.
Right. So why isn't that taught here? Because it's not normal for us to do.
Yeah, it's not taught here at all.
It's not taught here at all. So it's just another thing to think about. I've done a few of these. I do once every 6 months with this, or once every year with this, and Roger Stone once a year. It's kind of like I think our grandparents used to put, what didn't they put, a vegetable or something on their sock?
An onion.
An onion.
Right,
yeah.
an onion.
The onion, and you cut it in half.
I think some people do potato.
A potato.
But I think it's an onion.
An onion. So you cut it in half, and you
pulls everything.
Pulls off the metals or toxins that are in your body overnight. You put it in and you put it overnight. So these old remedies that are out there, I think that will go away if people like us don't talk about it.
Yeah. So I love that you said these old remedies, right? Well, I make something that kind of helps us out a little bit when you have a cold, or you're coughing, sneezing. What do I make?
You make elderberry. And how long have you started making that?
Elderberry syrup, right?
Elderberry syrup, yeah.
6 weeks, maybe.
That's all 6 weeks. I thought it was longer than that.
Maybe longer, maybe 2 months.
I was gonna say 2 months. What's in the elderberry syrup that you put in?
I mean, not a lot, right? Some elderberry, some ginger,
okay,
lemon, cloves,
ginger, lemon,
cinnamon.
Oh, cinnamon sticks.
Cinnamon sticks. And then I also put mullein tea in as well. That's everything. And water. Fresh water.
Fresh water. Not tap water.
No, we don't use tap water for anything.
Use tap water.
No, but that's it.
And that's it. And
cook that right up.
You cook that right up. So you gave it to me. I was sick. We'll just say I had a little runny nose or cough, whatever it was. Yeah. And you told me to drink 3 ounces
a day.
An ounce in the morning, an ounce in the afternoon, an ounce at night for
7 days.
7 days. And it wasn't even 7 days, and that little runny nose or cough just went away.
Correct. Now you're coughing.
I'm coughing.
And you can also do it like I take 30 ounce or 1 ounce every day, even when I'm not sick.
Just to take it.
Correct.
How do you feel?
Great.
Have you been sick this year?
No.
Do you take this elderberries syrup?
Elderberry syrup once a day.
You're fasting now?
Yeah.
You're getting pretty healthy.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. What else are you doing?
I work out.
She works out, right? She works out. Now still working, What else?
I eat healthier.
Eat healthier.